All right, I'm John Hibbard. So to become an astronomer, you have to go through a lot of school, and so I went to undergraduate school and I did astronomy in undergraduate. I always knew I wanted to study why the universe was the way it was and try to understand how it was put together and how it came to be. And astronomy seemed like a very good way to do this, but I wasn't clear on what I wanted to study. Did I want to study star formation? Did I want to study planetary atmospheres? Did I want to study the solar dynamo? Did I want to study galaxies? And so I went to graduate school initially straight out of undergraduate with all these I was very open-minded about what I might study. And I tried to find a project, and some people suggested, you can study the hot gas and galaxies, or you can study this data set that I have over here, or you can reduce this project for me. And I was very disheartened by how rote it seemed and how uninspired. It was just like, well, just work through all this data on a computer and you can probably get a degree there. And I was so disheartened that I dropped out of school after my first year of graduate school, and I went and worked in the defense industry for 3 years and thought about ways to kill people in tanks and to detect missile systems that were coming down to us. This is during the Reagan Star Wars campaign, and they took their chance on an astronomer. But I kept in touch with my advisor, who was an NRAO astronomer at the time, and she had gotten a position at a graduate school in New York, and she asked if I would still consider working in astronomy, and I was doing well in the defense industry, and I found the work interesting. But I came back and met with her and talked to her and worked on a project we had done when I was a summer student through the NRAO summer student program on an incredible galaxy, a peculiar galaxy called Markarian 348, which turned out to have the largest disk ever mapped in a galaxy by the VLA in H1. So we found the H1 disk of this galaxy. I was a summer student, and it was 275 kiloparsecs across, which was something like 8 times larger than what we thought disks were around in galaxies. And I realized that it wasn't just anything I wanted to study in astronomy. I wanted to study, specifically I wanted to study galaxies, and I wanted to study the gas in galaxies and how the gas moved in galaxies. And when I stopped looking at the professors to try to find what was a good project, that was what was very important for me, is to say, no, I can decide what I think is the best. And as long as I'm willing to work for it, I wasn't natural. I didn't, my schoolwork did not come naturally to me. I did not immediately get the best grades. I just had to work really hard, long hours. That's what made me successful in astronomy, was coming back and deciding I can decide what it is that I want to work on, and then find somebody that's willing to work on that with me. And so I kind of turned it around from where I thought it was as a undergraduate student. And so that was the biggest challenge, and it was the most rewarding. It was the right lesson. I think I learned the right lesson from that experience.